At this point, I don't care about that man, honestly. He does whatever he wants.
Wow. Okay, so Joel Embiid clearly done with the Ben Simmons drama, and Ben Simmons, conversely, clearly done with Philadelphia. I mean, we kind of already knew these things, but this story just doesn't die at all.
Bang! Bang! It's over, ladies and gentlemen. Say what again?
Welcome back to another J Talks video here, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot to discuss here, but let me just say, if you're new to the channel, subscribe down below if you like what you see, of course. And if you're new to me, you don't know my content, I'm Jay. I have two other channels, both linked down below. One doing deep dives on NBA history, another where I play a lot of NBA 2K22. I suggest you check both those out if you've got the time. But let's jump into it, man. Yesterday, in case you missed it, video surfaced of Ben Simmons just trying to cash a check, bro. He was back at 76ers practice, but he was practicing with his cell phone in his pocket. Just a horrible look, clearly like a middle finger to 76ers management, organization, low-key his teammates too. I'm sure that's not exactly what Ben was doing. Well, maybe to Joel Embiid, but just a bad look overall, man. He was really trying to stick it to Philly. Today, things got ratcheted up even more, as I'll show you a series of tweets here. Ben was kicked from practice, just given the boot, and subsequently it was announced the 76ers were suspending him for one game due to conduct detrimental to the team. Okay, that does not sound good. Our guy Sham Charania then expanded that Ben was asked to join a defensive drill by Doc Rivers, and Simmons refused. Doc then just gave him the boot from practice. Ben dropped his ball and obliged him. That is, oh my god, the NBA, man, so freaking dramatic. And of course, the story doesn't stop there. Woj getting in on the reporting, adding that, quote, Ben has been fined $1.4 million for his absence from preseason games, from practice, from meetings, etc. He hasn't earned a dime since returning to Philly October 11th. And that was a big one for me, because I'm going to talk a bit more about the timeline of this drama. It's clear that Ben Simmons, he don't want to miss too much stuff. He doesn't want to miss out on money, but he has been. Even though he's been kind of present for the last week and a bit, he hasn't earned any money, according to Woj. Now, the drama, of course, all that stuff at practice led to the comment I played earlier from Joel Embiid. For full context, here's the full 30-second clip.
At this point, I don't care about that man, honestly. He does whatever he wants. That's not my job. That's those guys' jobs. I'm only focused on trying to make the team better, win some games, play hard every night, try to lead, the guys that we have here, and I'm sure they feel the same way, because, our chemistry has been excellent, despite, everything that's been happening in the last few months. Like I said, I don't really care.
Oh, and that was a little bit personal. That was a shot. Joel wasn't done either, he said.
But at the end of the day, our job is not to babysit somebody. We get paid to put just on the court, go out, play hard, win some games. That's all we get paid for. We don't get paid to come out here and try to babysit somebody, and so that's not our job, and I'm sure my teammates feel that way.
And now I think it's pretty clear, if it wasn't already, this has become personal. This drama, it's not going anywhere. There is seriously irreparable damage done here in this 76ers story. If we go all the way back to last playoffs, if we remember that inadvertently or directly, Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid both kind of poured on Ben Simmons for his poor play in the playoffs, and he wasn't good, but you can't really say that, it's that old Stephen A clip.
Well, let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it.
In response, Ben and his representation, of course, Clutch Management, LeBron's people, they tried their best to force Ben's way out of Philadelphia. Kind of like Anthony Davis in New Orleans, James Harden in Houston. They were trying to go that route to get Ben somewhere where he was appreciated. The 76ers most likely tried to trade him. We saw so many trade requests or rumors floated out there, but they didn't, presumably because they weren't going to get full value for him, and Ben Simmons is a verified all-star. Now, flash forward to the season, I'm assuming we're all reading that Philly wants Ben to play to recover some of his value so they can trade him, and again, Ben wants to get in here and cash some checks and not lose out on $1.4 million, which he just did. Now, I'm going to be honest, I can't remember a situation we've had that is like this one. I just mentioned Harden and Anthony Davis, both very similar, but they both got traded. Now, the Rockets, not so much. They kind of got fleeced for James Harden. So I can see why Philadelphia isn't jumping to trade Ben Simmons. His value is obviously low and they don't want to move him. But don't they have to? Can the 76ers just sit there and just keep fining Ben or suspending him until he plays and gives 100%? Because I don't think Ben Simmons is ever going to give 100% for this team again, especially, and I'm not saying Joel Embiid is like completely out of line, because obviously he wants to win and Ben Simmons is in the way of that, but especially in light of those comments from Joel, which have started to become a little bit personal, like I don't necessarily blame Ben for saying like, no, I'm done here, I'm sorry. Now I know a lot of you are probably thinking like, Jay, Ben Simmons is under contract, he's getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars, he should just buck his feelings and play. And I do kind of get that, but basketball, the NBA has moved in a different direction. Like the players are what matters, and I side with the players in most of these cases. You can't disrespect if you're his teammate, if you're his coach, you can't throw him under the bus even if he did play poorly. Like that's just not something you can do, and obviously Ben Simmons' feelings were hurt by it. Now again, my side of things here is that like I just don't see a situation in which Philadelphia doesn't or can't end up trading him. Like I don't know how this situation plays out without a trade. We haven't really seen it. But recently, just before I started recording this video, Woj with an update saying Philly ain't moving him for role players. Nobody should expect a speedy resolution. So yeah, I guess there's our answer. If you like this video and or found it informative, then leave me a like down below. If you're still watching to this point and you're hearing this message, then drop a comment as well. All right, y'all.